I find it interesting that even way back in the day when Hashirama and Madara were children, that they were going through and thinking the same things that the shinobi world is thinking today. And they were even discussing what Jiraiya later on his wish would be of how to solve the problems and the crisis that the shinobi war or the shinobi world faces. Now, to find out that they were in war way back when, it explains a lot. It explains why it just keeps on going and going, the cycle of hatred. And it really begs the question, will the cycle of hatred end with, the end of this particular series with Naruto, or will it just be inevitable? Because you never know in anime or manga what could happen. Of course, Naruto could stop this threat, but does that mean that the future is safe? It's hard to say. Now, in this particular chapter, for the most part, it really was just graphing out how these kids or how these people were when they were kids, Hashirama and Madara, and also giving a little more background on them as kids. You could say is definitely not the most thing that we needed right now or anything like that, but nonetheless, it's still surprising to see. So, first of all, we find out that apparently Hashirama had an extra brother we didn't know about. It was cool seeing Tobirama as a kid, I'm not gonna lie. He looked even badass way back then. But to see Hashirama's extra brother, Itama, and to see that he actually even lost a brother when he was a kid as well is like it shows that Hashirama he turned into a great person because we also see that his father was a piece of shit. His father was an asshole. His father didn't care, and I believe his father's name was Hashirama as well. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but he was just a straight up dick. And I think that him being the way he was and Hashirama kind of being a pure kid, it drove him to be even more so a better person when he grew up because you can clearly tell, like even on a real world level, his father was an asshole and his father's actions made him want to be the exact opposite of what his father was. Like you can look at it even on that particular scale, and I like that. It's kind of weird though. Like I guess Tobirama respected his father more and what he did because you don't really see too much of Tobirama's feelings towards this. You just kind of see him defending Hashirama after getting hit, which child abuse, by the way, child abuse. So there's that, and then we kind of see like I guess Hashirama and Madara, that was like their little getaway to actually go hang out and chill. And it's kind of interesting to see that was really their little break from their world. They're still like, holding off on like, I'm just Hashirama, I'm Madara. And I could kind of throw a little prediction in there that maybe they might have a big fight once they reveal, like he says, I'm Hashirama Senju and I'm Madara Uchiha. Something is going to trigger that they both know. Because, we just was shown that it was the Uchiha that killed Hashirama's other little brother. So he might already have a little bit of distaste for the Uchiha, and likewise, vice versa. Now, one thing that caught my eye was Madara. He said something along the lines of, I had four brothers. So what's up with that? Because where's Izuna at? Izuna Uchiha. Does he mean that maybe it was just a mistranslation? Maybe it was something along the lines of that. But that was real interesting that he said, I have, or well, I had four brothers. Now, maybe Izuna was a brother that he doesn't know of. Again, it could be a mistranslation, but that was interesting as well. Maybe it was a brother that got separated and he meets up with him later in life. I don't know, but I found that one very interesting. And overall, that was just the gist of the chapter. Not too much to this chapter, to be honest with you, so it's hard to really critique it, but definitely looking at it, we got to learn a little bit about their past and a little bit about even the shinobi world even way back when, because we never really knew of the shinobi world. We knew of it up when they were like, adults, when they were clashing, but we never knew prior to that. So I guess that was a nice tidbit to get. Not the most useful chapter though. Definitely can't say like, it doesn't advance the plot at the moment. Once we get more of like, okay, where did their hatred of each other begin, or where did the conflict begin, that's when we'll understand and get a better understanding of where things could possibly even go. Because looking at the past, then you can always make a judgment of, okay, it might head this way or it might head this way. Right now, I still can't really say because we don't know where the conflict began. We still don't know if Izuna's death was due to the Senju. We don't really know at the moment exactly what's going on. Why wasn't even Izuna mentioned? Why didn't he say? Is he lying that he had four brothers that died? And if so, like I would like to see what was the brothers that died. We got to see Tama. So I just wish we would get a little more exploration into the specifics of stuff like that. But yeah, my overall thoughts of the chapter, it was okay. Not as crazy as all the past chapters have been. The past chapters have been out the park. This was just really just interesting, getting little tidbits like, didn't know about that, didn't know about that. So yeah, overall, I would give this chapter from 1 through 5. I definitely got to give it maybe a 2.5, maybe 3. It was decent, good, around there, just getting a little more tidbits, but it wasn't really anything knock your socks off or anything like that. And I just want more answers. I felt like this one kind of was setting things up. It was interesting to find out that there was a third brother, Itama. I would have loved to see him as an adult because, as you can tell, those brothers are freaking epic. So, but then again, maybe he needed that. Sometimes these characters need these tragedies and they need this pain so that they can ultimately advance to what they want to become later on. That's just my take on it. But yeah, let me know what you think, though. Were you interested in this chapter? I can definitely see a lot of people not liking this chapter because it feels like extra information, not necessarily the most important, but still, you can clearly see how Hashirama was shaped into the person he is today. Opposition of his father that was kind of like, he was a child beater. He just didn't seem like, a good and upstanding person compared to what Hashirama is and ultimately becomes. So you can clearly see where he gets molded. I would like to get a little more exploration also into what the Uchiha were like back then. Or were they bitter as they are? I mean, they killing kids, so they can't be too good, but how were they compared to what they ultimately become with Sasuke's father and, the people in that particular timeline? Yeah, that's just my overall thoughts. Let me know again what you think, though. Did you enjoy this chapter? Do you think that Madara was lying with I had 4 brothers and he really has all 4 brothers still alive? What's up with that? And just your overall thoughts of the chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to get back to the current timeline, because right now the splashback isn't revealing too much of what we want to know. There's kind of things that I prefer to find out and less, but we'll just wait and see. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.